Oh my goodness. Hello everybody. Welcome everybody. How are you doing? We are back. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Thanks very much for being here. We're back on a live stream. We've got a lot to cover today. It's very, very exciting. It is good to be back. There's a lot that is happening. I have been diving deeper into Arc Raiders. Love that game. I've been diving into cloud gaming, actually, on my ROG Ally X. Definitely an improvement. Hands down, no question. Cyberpunk 2077 is the one that I've dove into. And I've dove into it hard, face first. Like it's 1995, like it's 1997. Welcome, everybody, to today's show today. Thank you very much for being here. Let's do some shout-outs here. We've got Philoroni in the house. What is up, Philoroni? I saw Philoroni's getting ready for some hunting. He's packing. What are you hunting, Philoroni? I'm jealous. Jimmy Mack says, happy hump day. Welcome, Jimmy Mack. Ogo Pogo. Ogo Pogo's here. Happy hump day. Dark Knight is in the house. Nervous breakdown. You got an Xbox One update. Very cool. Love it. Congratulations on that. We've got Dayreezy is here, and so is Joseph Bron Rolando. Mr. Joseph Rolando. Welcome. Epic Blast is here. So is Chip GM. Guys, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. It has been a fantastic week in gaming. Could we have asked? Should we have asked? Shall we ask? Or is it just a reality for a better week? I'm not sure that we can. We've got a lot to cover today. We are we're talking some Eurogamer. That's right. Eurogamer pretends not to understand. They pretended not to understand a 20-second Xbox ad. They wrote this whole discourse on it, and it's like, and I read it first, and then I went and watched the ad, and I was like, what are you talking about, dude? And so we're going to go over that. It's performative criticism. It's fake confusion, and it's for clicks. It's unfortunate. It's the state of our gaming media in 2025, our traditional gaming media, rather, and I think it continues to lose relevance because of stuff like this. Here's the thing. I don't blame them for making it. I think it's what they got to do to get clicks, and I just think it's a dying model. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But we're going to go over it because it does make me laugh, and I do want to actually analyze the ad because... shocker, I think it's actually a pretty decent ad from Xbox. I think Xbox, with their ads lately on This Is an Xbox and this one here, things aren't like they used to be. I think they're firing on all cylinders, to be perfectly honest. So we'll go over that for sure, 100%. Xbox has new shader tech for the ROG Xbox Ally X, and it's a massive step, in my opinion, toward unified gaming. Xbox Cloud also has an upgrade, 1440p, 60 frames per second. We're going to discuss what that means long-term here. And then we do have a poll on the YouTube channel here. If you haven't yet participated in the poll, go participate in the poll. Go over to the posts. Is it the posts or is it the community? It's the community tab. Go to the community tab. Is it community or is it post? I think it's the post tab. Anyway, there's a poll there. Go vote on it right now because we're going to talk about cloud gaming. Who's for it? Who's against it? I think I'm actually coming down against you guys on this one so far on the poll. Looks like you guys don't agree with me. The community does not agree with me. So go vote. We're going to go make sure you vote, and then we'll jump into it and talk about it today. As always, it's just a good time. This is our second stream of the week. We're trying to get back into streaming and get it regular here on this channel. I've been working on some behind-the-scenes thing. I've been working on theresetgg.com. That's right, theresetgg.com. For those of you that don't know what it is, come join. It's my newsletter. In fact, let's go. Should we show it off here? Let's just share it. There it is, right there. There's the Reset GG. At first, this was a newsletter. I've had the newsletter for a while, and I was just sharing what we talked about on here on the channel. I was just sharing my thoughts and opinions, but in a newsletter form. And then I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm already talking about it. I'm already talking about these things on the YouTube channel. And I'm really passionate about mental health. My wife is a therapist, actually, and I've been reading a lot of books on it. I've been passionate about it for a while. For those of you that don't know, I actually started a Positive Gamer channel gosh, like 7 years ago, and that was the focus was on mental health, and then I just went away and I never did it. But I'm coming back to it now, and here we're talking about just me. I work from home, And it's something that I've become passionate about because let me tell you, there are benefits from working from home for real. And I love it. And I love my job. But there's also some downsides. And the downside is like you're alone with your thoughts all day and you're like, oh my goodness. So I built the toolkit here. In fact, it's here in this article, the toolkit that saved me. Again, the resetgg.com. If you don't have it and it's something that might interest you, it's a free one-page guide that I built with a licensed therapist, i.e. my wife. Full disclosure, it's my wife. I sleep with my therapist. Anyways, I worked with her to build this to help myself, honestly. Went through it and was like, yeah, this works. This helps. But it's for gamers. It's for creators to get unstuck when life starts to lag mentally, physically, emotionally. It's practical. It's no fluff. It works. It's hey, here's a 5-day, here's a 7-day reset. Do the reset. Reset your life. So when you download it, you also get access to the Reset newsletter, weekly stories, tools. I'm going to just share my journey, my thoughts on how I'm trying to improve myself, how I'm trying to balance my life, how I'm building a healthier mindset, etc. So I will be like Will Smith in Bad Boys too. Yeah. Anyways, it's right there. Feel free, come join us. It's a good time. And let's jump into our first story of the day. Shine is in the house. I do got to shout out Shine. Before we jump into our first talking points here, our first story, let's do another shout out because we got a bunch of other people. Happy Mayo's here. Yes, Happy Mayo. That's a boy. Yeah, he got it. Nervous Breakdown is here, of course. We've already shouted out. Shine is here. Loki's in the house. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much. Stands up applauding. All right, so this was Eurogamer's take here. And I did not, I clicked on this online. This was Xbox's ad. And this is what Eurogamer said. I cannot work out what this terrible new Xbox Game Pass advert is trying to say, but I know Microsoft has once again missed the point. And so I clicked on this and I went over to the article. And this was before I watched the ad. Now, I had seen this ad pop. This is a 20-second ad. I'd seen it pop, and I was like, okay, mental note. I want to go watch that ad here. I saw it was on the Xbox Twitter account. I was like, okay, I'm going to go watch it. Check this article out. So this is how long it is. This is our boy, Tom Ori. Go shout out to Tom Ori over on Eurogamer. And he just basically writes this dissertation on what is going on with the ad, analyzing it. And basically saying how terrible this is. And so I read this and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this ad must freaking sucks. This dude broke it down. It sounds like it doesn't make any sense. And then I went and watched it and it blew my mind. Let's watch. Shall we watch it together? Let's watch it together. Let me just, hold on, let me turn up the volume on this. Okay, let's watch this. Let's watch this together, and then you'll see why my mind is blown. Well, you guys can decide for yourself. Am I crazy because I'm an Xbox fanboy and this ad makes total sense, or is Tom here correct? Here we go. Let's just watch it. Keep in mind, I read this. I went through this dissertation. Okay, I went through this dude's thesis paper, his senior thesis on why this sucks and the analytics on it. The analytical nature of it. Before I watched it, then I watched it, and it's like I'm taking crazy pills. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. Here it is. This is how we play now. Oh, you guys can't see because my face is in the way. Hold on, let me turn off my face here so you can see what it pops up to. Now, new games are added all the time. That's it. That's the whole ad. Let's loop this. That is the whole ad. Shall we watch it one more time? Let's watch it one more time. Xbox Game Pass. This is how we play now. That was then. This is now. Let's watch it one more time. 20 seconds. He's sitting in the return bin at the rental store. He sees it. That was them. Game drop. He was waiting in there. Now new games are added all the time. Am I crazy? Or is that about as straightforward an ad as you can get? in my opinion, that's as straightforward of an ad as you could get. For those of you who may have missed it, like our good friend Tom over at Eurogamer, when you used to have to rent video games from, for instance, Blockbuster, if they didn't have your game, you had to wait for it. And sometimes there's only 2 or 3 copies of a game, if that, especially on brand new games. And you get to keep them for like 3 days. And so you're waiting. Hey, did it come in yet? Did it come in yet? Can you check the return bin for me, bro? So I can get this. And that's what he's doing. Desperately waiting for it. So that's why he's so tired. Desperately waiting for it. Gears of War comes in. He grabs it, picks it up. He's super happy. Skips to, we don't have to do this now. That was then, this is now. Now you get new games all the time. You don't have to wait for them. So straightforward. A fun fact. I like that ad. I think that's a great ad. I think it's self-explanatory. I think it's fun. I think it's tongue in cheek. But no, I've been told by my betters, it's not. He breaks this bad boy down and says, let's just read this. Shall we read this? The more I watched it, the more I found the very fabric of reality slipping away. The ad playing before my eyes, hovering in the center of a pitch black room, my brain unable to figure out what any of it was for. The concepts are strung together in a way that made my brain assume everything was fine. But as it played and played over and over, it was like an Escher sentence, which begs the question, what is this new Game Pass advert trying to say? First of all, he's totally British. Hint, US doesn't say, we don't say advert. It's not an advert. It's an ad. I love my UK brothers and sisters, but it's an ad, dude. It's an ad. But look, first of all, look how dramatic that sentence is right there. It's like, bro. Let's go through his logic. Fake drama, again, basically. So I don't want to go through it all, but you can see right there, like how dramatic this whole post is. And then this is what he says. He says this, look at, I know it's only an advert. Again, it's an ad and an advert. It's only an advert. Should I read it in his accent? Let me go. Let me try this. I know it's only an advert, but it reflects Xbox's muddled view of gaming today. For one, gamers are, if anything, more nostalgic for the Blockbuster days than ever. I'm not. Anybody else more nostalgic for Blockbuster? I am not at all. I hate it. Looking back at that and remembering that you could not get the latest movie, you had to rush there, you had to get lucky to get it, much less rentals. I'm not nostalgic for that at all. We have instant access at our fingertips, everybody. Instant access, much less the rewind fee if you didn't rewind your movie. And if you were late, the fees you had to pay on being late, I don't think so. I do not think so. Like, I miss the excitement of like going to a physical place. That was cool. That's kind of been taken away from us, and it's like a treasure hunt and seeing like, oh, what's on the shelves, and you like browse. Remember the back wall? That's the new releases. Let's go browse it. But looking back, it's way better now. Gaming is way better now than it was then. So that's just wrong. Gamers, if anything, more nostalgic for the Blockbuster days than ever. Game Pass might be more convenient for most people than driving to a store and spending 20 minutes browsing the shelves, than being told by your mum that you can't rent RoboCop vs. Terminator, but the vibes here could have been completely different and still made Game Pass come out on top. Not that there is a battle, given rental stores are long gone and bricks and mortar stores in general are dying at an alarming rate. Game Pass could be sold as today's rental store, but not like this. Oh my goodness, smarmy, smarm. Oh, it makes me so sick. This is the dumbest article ever written. And which means that it's the dumbest article that ever was. Like this seems like satire. This should be satire. This should be on The Onion. Hands down. Fun fact, I used to love The Onion. This should be on Onion, right? Like, it's like, oh my goodness. Deconstruct that 20-second Xbox ad. Terrible. Anyways, over on Twitter, I said, Eurogamer pretending they don't understand a 20-second ad just to farm clicks. It's performative criticism. You don't need a dissertation to get it. unless you're trying not to. And that's exactly it. This dude is clearly trying not to. This is why traditional gaming media keeps losing relevance. It's just dripping with like, I know better than you, and this is terrible. And is it? Was it terrible? Anybody think that was terrible? ChatGPT, please rewrite my notes in the most downgrading and pretentious language possible. Make it verbose so that it will fill in my article length requirement. That's exactly what it feels like. Shai nails it. It feels like when you were in college or high school, and they're like, you need to write about this. It feels like a homework assignment. Write about this 20-second ad, but it's got to be at least 4 pages long. 4 pages long. And you're like, oh, shit, how do I? Okay, double space everything. Add that, that little 1.5 trick on the tabs here. 20-minute read for a 20-second ad. Exactly, Sotness. It is ridiculous. It is, it's crazy. It's crazy. Insane in my opinion. I think they completely miss the point here. I think the bigger problem here with traditional gaming media overall is that they are kind of stuck, right? Performative outrage does drive clicks. I mean, that's what social media is built on. Like, how many people clicked on this article just because they're like, what the freak? That was me. I was like, what? Okay, well, I'm going to go check this out. And then I went and watched the video and I'm like, yeah, I read it and I was like, wow, this must be terrible. Then I went and watched the video and I was like, what the hell? Oh, and it's unfortunate. And so I don't even blame them, but it's kind of like doing this to get clicks is also why you're becoming more irrelevant. Like, it's just a dying model, unfortunately. And I don't think he did get the click from me. Fair enough. Nervous breakdown. He did not get me promoting it, though. This is a screenshot. This is a picture. You can't click on it. And a lot of people, see, a lot of people are like, oh, well, it worked. You're talking about it. Yeah, but I'm not linking to it like I'm talking about it. Guess what? Me talking about it worked for me, too. I got 9,000 views on this. What's funny is some of the people here just completely disagree with Game Pass is losing relevance. It's so interesting to me. Like, maybe you think that. It's so interesting, the emotion in the replies to this post. Like, this post is about how you're analyzing a 20-second ad, claiming you don't understand it for clicks. That's ultimately what this post on Twitter is about. Sorry, let me turn back on the background music. That's ultimately what this post on Twitter is about. And most people are commenting on that critique, either agree with me or disagree with me. But then there's people come in, like Mr. Full Metal Arthur here, and they are just so passionate about hating Game Pass. That's fine. You don't have to like it. And maybe Xbox is wrong. And maybe Game Pass will be a failure and this is the end of Xbox. It's not yet, but maybe long term, this is the wrong direction and I'm wrong and Xbox is wrong. That's fine. It just amazes me, the passion to hate on it. Like, I don't get that. Like, I have a PlayStation. I'm not a PlayStation fan, but I don't hate PlayStation. I play Xbox mostly. Like, I have a PlayStation. I have the PS Portal. I think it's a fantastic device. It's foreign to me to hate it, right? So here's Critopsy. Here you go. The relevancy of games media has nothing to do with you wanting them to say what you want them to say. Again, was it about me wanting them to say what I want them to say? That's not what I said at all. I said that's a clickbait article, and these clickbait worthless articles are why game media is dying. He doesn't address that, though. It's about covering stuff people don't care about, like good games that people want to, like good games people would have missed otherwise, and not about propping Microsoft Xbox failed strategies. I don't quite get that. I don't quite get that. Xbox tax, amen. Who the fook is that guy? That's maybe my favorite statement of all time. I'm gonna download that as a video. Like one of these. Who the fook is that guy? CJ Siege. I think they have some fair points. Why would you willingly compare yourself to a proven failed model like Blockbuster? CJ, thank you for having a reasonable question. But if that's what you think the video was about, that's completely incorrect. They're saying that model has failed and that the model today is better, that we don't have to live by that failed model that no longer exists, that gaming now is superior, and that Game Pass is superior to that. Like, that's the point of the ad. With Game Pass, you own nothing, and you'll be happy too. That's a common thing. Here's the thing, though. If you own a game digitally on Steam, guess what, guys? Guess what? You don't own it. So that kind of doesn't pass muster with me. Microsoft. This is Mickey. Microsoft. Gamers are junkies that can't get enough of us. Gamers, we are sick of smelling Xbox. Please go away. Like, do you see? Like, it's funny that... Go ahead, though. Comment. It's a stupid ad. Okay, you can think that's a stupid ad, but that's not the point of the article. The point of the article was, I don't get what they're trying to say. Well, what they're trying to say is that Game Pass is better. You now get access to hundreds of games. You get access to a lot of games on day one. All first-party Xbox games on day one. You don't have to wait for them. Don't have to wait for them to drop. You get them. It's better. It's superior to what it used to be. Like, that's... Anyways, it's so... The ad is shite, period. Like, so funny. So fun. Anyways, the comments. Anyways, it just makes me... It made me laugh. This whole situation of ridiculousness... made me laugh. And so I wonder, actually, a lot of times who these journalists are writing for. They're clearly trying to get clicks, right? And you're clearly pitting tribes against each other. Makes sense. Like, that's how you get more views, by doing that. But I do think that there are sometimes some of this comes off as, is this written for journalists to other journalists? Or is it actual players? Because actual players would say, hey, I'm reacting to this. Okay, here's why I like it. Here's why I don't like it. But, like, this dissertation, who's reading this? And what gamer is reading this and being like, you know what? This is great points. This was wow. I took the 20 minutes to read this dissertation instead of playing video games. And I'm glad I did. It increased the value of my life tenfold. I'm glad I missed out on playing video games. It goes back to my other tweet that I posted this week. And for those of you that don't know, I'm the head of community for a mobile game. It's my job. It's been my job for years. And when you do that, you see this. And this explains so much of what's happening. Most of the people yelling about games don't actually play them. The loudest voices online aren't the ones playing. They're the ones performing. Don't confuse the show for the players. The actual community is too busy playing. And that's just the truth. Most people in the PlayStation ecosystem, on Steam, on Nintendo, on Xbox playing, they're not the ones constantly commenting online. They're just not. They're playing the game. So a lot of people confuse, and it's very easy to do, because when you jump online, especially the way algorithms work, you click on one post that you disagree with, all of a sudden you're getting all those same opinions pushed to you, and you think, oh my goodness, everyone must think this way. No. Trust me, as someone whose job it is to look and determine community sentiment, you're only getting part of a picture. So who do people who are very loud that hate Xbox on Twitter represent? Well, they represent people who are on Twitter that hate Xbox and are very loud. They don't necessarily represent your player base. And that's what a lot of people, and I think a lot of journalists who are in the weeds don't understand. They see all of these takes and they're like, oh my goodness, Xbox is dying. Xbox is dying, guys. Look at, everyone must think this way. And that's why you see these emotional reactions, and it builds. Same thing happens with politics. Everything seems like the end of the world always, because your feed is showing you that. No. That's not how real world works. And that's not how even like an online community works. What you do, I'll tell you what we do. You take sentiment from Discord. You take in-game sentiment. Well, what are the actions of our in-game players? And what are they doing? In-game chat sentiment, sentiment across Facebook, YouTube comments, all of them together give you this broad picture, and you can see, okay, what is coming across common across all these channels? That probably is something that we should take a look at. And how often is it coming across? Very, very few times is it what is being ranted about in the last 24 hours, last 6-7 days on X. Very few times. Sometimes it is. Sometimes those are, there's always going to be a crossover. But what does, for instance, let's say someone's in your Discord and they're a power user in Discord. And let's say it's like Halo. Let's say they're in the Halo Discord and they're a power user in the Halo Discord. What do and they're just going off on the new Halo remake. Does that person represent your community? Maybe, but oftentimes they're more invested in their know-it-all Discord persona than they are in your game. Now, sometimes it's real, and sometimes they're hardcore players, and sometimes that's legitimate. But often it's someone who isn't even playing your game. Maybe they played your game once, but they're not currently playing your game. It's why more and more. So Discord is building tools. For instance, I'll give you a prime example. Discord is building tools right now, and they're really trying to connect, utilize games, because this is going to be their how they monetize Discord. They're trying to Marvel Rivals, for instance, allows this, where you can link up your Discord account with your in-game account. Well, now all of a sudden, Discord isn't just noise. Now all of a sudden, I can see, okay, X said Y. This dude said X on Discord. He's doing Y in game. Very interesting. Okay, how many other people are doing this? How many other people are experiencing this? And you can line it up. As it is right now, it's a lot of noise. And that's social media as a whole. What you're seeing on social media represents the power users of that social media that you're on, and they may or may not play your game. They may not be in your ecosystem. So, and I think a lot of people get lost in that. They get lost in the noise. They get lost in the weeds, and they assume that there's confirmation bias that happens there. Well, I'm mad, so everyone else must be mad. Or, oh shoot, oh my goodness, look at no. Take a step back, take a breath. Is this real? And then go from there. So it's not community. Social media is not community. Social media helps connect the community, but social media is really just the comment section. And look at the comments on any video. Doesn't mean that you're an expert in any one thing. It's the comment section. How many people are like, I'm only here for the comments because they're going to be hilarious? Yeah, well, that's because it's hilarious people in your comments. It's not representative of your community necessarily. Social media is a tool to connect the community, but all the noise on social media doesn't equate to your community's feelings. What do you guys think? Do you guys think? You think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Disagree? Agree with me? Has that been your experience? Have you noticed that? Let's say, in the last few weeks? X1 is the voice of the silent majority. Says Abby Mayo. Torched Gaming Official. The ones playing the games that complain also give solutions as well. They just don't bark for noise. That is true. That's the best feedback. Tip on feedback as well, as someone who's in charge of taking a lot of it. If you're constantly complaining all the time, you're very easily dismissed. Because it's like, well, okay, is this feedback real? It might be legitimate feedback, but because you've complained constantly all the time about everything, it's like, okay, well, he always complains. So does anybody else have this same experience? Does anybody else have this same complaint? Whereas if you're someone that's like, all right, I like this. Hey, good job, guys. You did this correct. I really like that. And then you come in and you're like, guys, this was really bad. Your opinion on any given game is taken way more seriously. Don't be a constant complainer. Just don't be. And give credit where credit is due. And that's human nature. You want to stand out. If you're the guy that is always like, yeah, I like this. Wow, great job, guys. I'm very much enjoying this. And then one day you come along and you're like, this sucks. Can we change this? Your feedback is weighted times 1,000 versus the guy who's like, I could do this better. This sucks. This is terribly implemented. And then you implement the thing that they want and they give you no credit and they just continue to complain. Your opinion, it may be legitimate, but it's taken much less valuable. So Dark Force 1 says, I agree with you. And I want to point something out. It is less for Game Pass than PS Premium and EA and Fortnite Crew. I did the math. 36 versus 30. Ooh, Dark Force 1. First of all, that's a badass username. Well done, good friend. Well done. Philaroni says, a bit ago, Sony helped prove your point. Here's the link. Oh, yeah, I don't know that links, did the link not work? I don't know that links work unless posted by moi. Jick is here in the house. What's up, Jick? How you doing? Jimmy Mack says they got Twitter fingers, not trigger fingers. Oh, smack down. That's a good one. That is a good one. I like that. I like that a lot. Username redacted says it's popular to hate on Xbox right now, kind of like when people hated on Nickelback. Nickelback. So Xbox is Nickelback with what is it? With arms wide open. Is that Nickelback? Although Xbox did shoot themselves in the foot a bit with the large price increase. I think Xbox just didn't have a good communication strategy for it, to be perfectly honest. I think them being on Blue Sky, for those of you that don't know, Microsoft has a stake in Blue Sky, and so their executives, at least for Xbox, don't tweet on other social media platforms, just Blue Sky, and I think it's crushed their. I think it's not good. Nobody's there, and so you're not effectively pushing back. You're not able to effectively push back or positively, put up your positive vision for the future, right? Super chats. We did get a super chat. Let's take a look at the super chat. Huge thank you for the super chat. Who do we have? We have Chip GM. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Look at that. He's got the sexy X next to him. Thank you. He's become our latest member. Thank you very much. Chip GM, appreciate you. Thank you for being here. It's a good time. Shall we go to our next topic here? Next topic is the Xbox shader tech. Super, super cool. Where is that? Let me pull up that article. And I think what we're seeing here is Xbox really doubling down on... on the handheld and the ROG Ally and the Xbox ROG Ally, the ROG Ally Xbox. They got to change the names, dude. That name, that's like a tongue twist. I say it like every day, and I get a tongue twister. I get it tongue twisted. Who here, by raise of hand, who here wants to see them change their naming type? I do. This guy does. It's the ROG Xbox Ally X. Whew. Got it. Yeah, I think that's they got to go. Like, honestly, the number system is the best system. It really, PlayStation has won the number system. PlayStation 5. I think the next one should just be called Xbox. Especially if it's if it's intended to be infinite now and it's just like phone upgrades. So it's called counting. Exactly. Let's do another super chat before we jump into this article here in the update. Philaroni, thank you very much. He's our newest member as well. Everybody, let's drop. What are we going to drop? X1 facials? Let's drop some X1 facials there for him. There he is. It's the custom emote you get for becoming a member. Appreciate you. We do have member-only shows afterwards. That's right. Where we get intimate and we talk 1-on-1, 3-on-3, 1v3. Frequently outnumbered. Oh, Chip GM, there he is. Chip GM, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support, Chip. Philaroni. All right. Xbox shader tech. Let me take a drink of water. This was part of the October update. The ROG Xbox Ally got some game additions. This is the advanced shader, and this is over Xbox's news site. And you can see some of the games here. So this is advanced shader delivery, and here's what they say. Today, advanced shader delivery is supported on select titles with more coming soon. Here is a list of current supported games. Now, remember when Sarah Bond last week talked about the next generation of Xbox and talked about a curated experience, and we were all like, a curated experience? What does that mean? I think that's what this is. I think that this is what it means, that they're going to take PC games and make them work for you as best as possible. Optimize all the games as much as possible, frequently, regularly, so that they just work and so that you have that true console experience, or that console feel experience, the simplicity. I could just fire it up and play, but you're able to do that with PC games. And that's essentially what this is. So for those of you that don't know what shaders are, shaders, basically when it's instructions to your GPU saying, hey, act this way, load up this way, do this, do that. And on a handheld, it's happening while you're playing the game. And so it's obviously using more resources. So Microsoft's new advanced shader delivery system, it cuts loading times, and it cuts, it uses less resources because it pre-builds those shaders. So it makes handhelds like the ROG Xbox Ally X, it makes them feel console smooth when you load it up. And I think this is huge. I think this is what we're going to see in the future. I think this unifies the Xbox and Windows ecosystem. I think this is how you're able to go from PC to console and back on the next generation of Xbox. It's how you're able to get that same experience on every device. If Xbox can succeed in taking what's great about PC, modding, the freedom, being able to adjust stuff, and combine it with what's great about a console, the simplicity, I can just fire it up and it works. I don't have to worry about tweaking anything. If I want to tweak it, I could go in and tweak it, but I don't have to worry about it. I can just fire it up. They can bring that console simplicity and let you play PC games all on one unified console and one unified experience. It's game over, I think. I think it's game over. In doing this, developers also gain efficiency with their games. You get one pipeline across all consoles, PC, and handhelds, which is super huge. So, a couple big games here that have this. Obviously, it's a lot of the first-party games. Makes a lot of sense. You see Forza's here. Gears is here as well. You do got Farming Simulator, everybody, in case you were wondering. I haven't played Farming Simulator. When Farming Simulator first dropped, we dropped it, and I was like, oh, we got to jump into this. And it was a ton of fun, and I've not played this one. That was like 2015, I want to say, 2016, around there. I need to jump back into it. I know a lot of people love Farming Simulator. You've got Grand Theft Auto, Lies of P. That one's going to benefit from it a lot, I think. Stalker 2, Fantastic Sea of Thieves, South of Midnight, Ninja Gaiden 4. Now, I can attest, Ninja Gaiden 4 is the most recent game that I've been playing there, and yeah, it just works. It runs excellent. It's mind-blowing how that game runs better than The Keeper. And The Keeper is not a graphically intensive game. Ninja Gaiden 4 is. Ninja Gaiden 4 is all about smoothness, battles, boss fights. Dude, Ninja Gaiden 4 runs legit on the ROG Xbox Ally X. So, again, just like Sarah Bond talked about, this is a big deal because it does show us how Xbox is thinking about the future. And like Windows Central said in the article that we covered late last week, this is Xbox's beta test, the Xbox full screen, the ROG Xbox Ally X, which I left it upstairs before the stream. This is the beta test for the next generation of Xbox. They're curating Windows games, they're curating PC, they're simplifying it to make everything feel like a console. That's huge. And if they're able to do that, they're going to bring true parity across all Xbox devices. And I think that's fantastic. I think that's game changing. Do you think it's game changing though? Do you think this tech finally makes handheld feel like a real console? Does anybody have the ROG Xbox Ally X or even just the Ally? And have you had a chance to play with some of these games that have these built-in shaders here? Let me know. Torch Gaming Official says all this has been in the works for over 10 years. Oh yeah, this takes time. This definitely takes time to build up for sure. He says, Torch Gaming says, I love my Xbox Ally X. Philaroni says, my damn brother has one. Oh, yeah. I know the feeling. My brother had one for a while. My brother always has one. My brother has a Nintendo Switch too. I'm like, maybe I should get the Nintendo Switch too. Look at that son of a bitch. He always is getting the latest stuff, and I'm always behind. I feel you. I feel your pain, Philaroni, for sure. What Xbox is doing is what they kind of planned back when Vista and games for Windows Live. That's true. I think the technology just didn't exist, and the technology exists here now. So, Chip GM says, I grew up on a farm, so I'm all set to playing a farm game. Dude, I would like to retire on like a hobby farm. I knew a guy, I lived in British Columbia for a few years, and I knew a guy who was retired, like had made his money and was retired, and he had a hobby farm. So every day he'd go out and he'd feed all the animals, he'd take care of the hay, harvest it, bale it. And it wasn't anything like he's not making money from it. It's just a hobby farm. And I loved it, dude. I love, for instance, you want to know how I relax on the weekend? Speaking of being always online and balancing your life, get out and touch grass. Like, that's one of the best things you could do for yourself. And one of the ways that I relax, how I wind down, how I decompress, I love yard work. And that sounds like there's actually that Progressive TV commercial where like, don't be like your parents. And he's giving a speech and he's like, remember, yard work is not a hobby. And I realized like, oh dude, that's me. That's me. Chip GM says this is a big deal. I hope they can get more publishers to help with shaders in their games. Amen. Shine says same here. Nearest neighbor was a mile away. Dirt roads all around. I'm totally jealous. I wish I grew up like that. I really am jealous. Max says I have the ROG Xbox LIX. Ooh, the racks. And yes, Forza looks sick. Dude, yeah, Forza is one I fired up a few times. Forza is amazing on it. Performs really, really well. Absolutely. Philaroni says, you should see our new ranch place. Be free to come and hunt and chill if you like. Should show you some pic. Dude, yeah, definitely. Dude, that sounds awesome. Where is that? Philaroni, where is that located? That's cool, man. That's my dream. That's my dream, everyone. Dark Knight says, I'm hoping to get one by March. I'm loving it so far. Here's the thing. At $1,000, I totally expected to have buyer's remorse. I was like, I'm going to get one. I'm excited for it. I've been talking about it on the channel. I got to get one. And I totally expected like, $1,000. No buyer's remorse. I love it. Love it. Philaroni says North Dakota, like in the middle. Very cool. My brother lived in North Dakota for a little while. He loved it. Winter was freezing, but he loved it. Very cool. All right, let's jump to our next story, everybody. We go from shader tech to the cloud gaming upgrade. I think the cloud gaming upgrade is a big deal. I tested it today. I played some Cyberpunk 2077. It's legit, guys. We're getting there. We are close to GeForce Now, everyone. And GeForce Now, if you've not, I will say this once again. If you've not played GeForce Now, if you've not tried it out, and you're someone that's like, no, cloud gaming is not the future, I challenge you, just sign up for 1 month, try it out on a trial. It's legit. So this is over at Windows Central. Talked about this. This is the upgrade. Jess Gordon goes through it. And here's what he says. Let's talk about this first. He does say, here's the thing. And he's impressed by it. He says, I don't think playing games like The Witcher 3 on a tiny phone screen is going to be a big popular way to play Xbox in the future, but direct-to-TV might be. I agree with that. I think that's exactly what the big selling point is. So instead of having a DVD player, if consoles are the DVD player for video games, in the future, it's going to be an app. The same thing that happened to movies. Instead of having a DVD player, we are going to play directly from the cloud. The new Xbox Cloud servers have been upgraded. It's rolling out here over the time incrementally to everybody. You get 1440p, you get 16 frames per second, you're getting sharper streams, you're getting higher bit rates. The latency, even Jez Gordon talks about this. He says it's imperceptible. Like, this is legit. And that's what's amazing about GeForce Now. When I fired it up, we did Battlefield on it. Because if we're going to test it out, let's test it on a game where you can feel the lag. It plays like you're on a high-end computer, and there's no lag. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. This update starts to put them on parity. It starts to put Xbox on parity with GeForce Now, and it's integrated with Game Pass Ultimate. That's the long-term game. That's the long-term play here, in my opinion. Cloud gaming is the long game. And this is how Xbox is preparing for 2030 and beyond, for instance, because eventually it won't be about the hardware on your desk or in front of you in your living room. It may be nice to have, as for instance, a backup, but it will be an app through your television. And this brings that on parity. And again, if you do not believe me, I'm telling you, well, first of all, go try out the new Xbox Cloud gaming servers. If you have the update, go try it out. There's a select game. It's like Witcher 3, Cyberpunk 2077. There's a few games on there. Go check it out. If not, go check out GeForce Now. If you're a PC gamer, go check out GeForce Now. In fact, GeForce Now teamed up with Game Pass, so you can use Game Pass games on GeForce Now. It's fantastic. The direct-to-TV streaming, think about this. You get high-end PC-level graphics, but now instead of having to buy $1,500 PC to game on, for instance, an $800 console to game on, you can take that money and spend it on a really nice television, like the nicest television. And that's one less cost. And at $30 a month, I get access to all these games, stream straight to my television. Amazing. I can have that in every room of the house now, all of a sudden as well. I think this is why we're entering the golden age of gaming. Some of you have been on my case in the comments like, dude, the golden age of gaming was back in 2010. We're out of it. I don't think so, guys. I think that's looking at the past with rose-colored glasses. When else have we had access to this many games at our feet? Let's not even talk about Game Pass. Just access to instantly download games from internet stores. We didn't have that ability. You had to go to the store. You had to get a physical disc. You had to load it onto your game. That's not the case. Steam sales alone. We are at the golden age. We are at the dawn, I think, of the golden age of gaming. And this is going to be a part of that. I think it's going to be a major part of it. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I think this ties everything together. And by the way, this goes to the question on, are handhelds niche or is there a future for handhelds? I think this is a part of the future for handhelds, which brings down the price of handhelds. So the only reason a handheld costs $1,000 today is you've got to get all the hardware in there. And that hardware is expensive. The PS Portal, though, is just controllers and a screen, and it's streaming to it. By the way, they dropped cloud gaming today, an update. And that comes in at $199, I think. So you're going to be able to have $199 handhelds. That's just a big screen and your controllers. And so cloud gaming is going to make handhelds, I think, even more legitimate than they already are in the future. Shine in chat says, even streamed Baldur's Gate 3 for my game night while doing multiplayer with the guys and had zero issues at all. No lag or stuttering or quality drops. Was this on GeForce Now, Shine? I missed it. Let me scroll back up. Cloud gaming has saved me from having to buy the expansion card for my Series X. If I don't have the room to install, I just stream it. So you're streaming it on xCloud then. Yeah. Well done. Yeah, I'm telling you, Shine is testament to it right there. I'm telling you, if you've not tried it, go try it and you will see it is the future, in my opinion. Jeremy Core says the current environment of awful microtransactions everywhere will prevent another golden age. Do you think so, though? Because without those microtransactions, do you think, for instance, kids now play Fortnite. Do you think a Fortnite exists without those? There are forever games. Grand Theft Auto 6, I think, will be a lot of people's first game that they pick up. I think people are going to get lost in Grand Theft Auto 6. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 online is going to change the game. I think it's going to be world changing. I think it's going to change the entire industry. I think it's going to be a juggernaut. And that doesn't exist without microtransactions because there's no incentive. There's no incentive for me to do that. I would rather have optional microtransactions than subscription service MMOs. I think subscription service MMOs are a thing of the past. But I could be wrong. I mean, you could be right. But I also don't think we get games like Helldivers. I don't think we get games like Apex Legends, which is fantastic. I don't think we get games like Arc Raiders, which I'm loving. Arc Raiders is going to have microtransactions. Arc Raiders, these games, the ability to sustain themselves for forever. And remember, it's optional. Now, games that do it poorly, where you're like, oh, the grind is too hard. The grind is clearly built for me to buy something. You jump out of quickly. I will say, I think actually Helldivers did not nail that. I think Helldivers did not nail that game loop. I think Helldivers is one of the most fun multiplayer experiences in the last 5 years. It is. It's amazing to jump in and what is happening on screen and you're calling in strikes and the humor is there. I think they messed up on their game loop. Because about 15 levels in, I just lost all desire. Like, I'm still having a blast. It's a ton of fun. I don't feel the need to upgrade to these later levels, and it's punishing. Like, you're punishing me to do it. So I bounced, and I don't care about and so they lost me for their microtransactions. So when you do it wrong, you could have the most fun game in the world and you're going to lose me. And I would submit to you that it's not even the microtransaction model on Helldivers. I think it's just the game loop. I think the carrot on the stick there, they didn't perfect it. Other games have done it better, and Helldivers should rework it a little bit. And I don't know what it takes to do that. But for whatever reason, it lost me, and I love that game. Jeremy Core says it is the predatory ones that are the issues. True. Optional, sure, but a huge turnoff for parents whose kids will beg for them. True, but also the predatory ones suck. Like that's how if you're a predatory game because you suck as a game. Like that's the reality. So, Nervous Breakdown says Helldivers 2 lost its appeal for me. Yeah, there's something there that I'm not sure what the game loop is there. But anyways, good discussion. Shall we see the poll? So we dropped a poll on this on cloud gaming. Is it the future? I think it's the future, 100%. Jonas Jerner, hold on real quick, says if gaming company do 8 to 10 DLC, very good. Same as Destiny 2, they earn lots of money. People will buy them and the main game when the main game left Game Pass and xCloud. I agree. There's different models for sure. I think optional skins, I think optional cosmetics, a battle pass type of situation, I think is the sweet spot, and I think is a great way for games to monetize infinitely. I mean, it's a grind though. It's churn because you've got to drop great content constantly for that, for sure. Let's take a look at the poll. Oh. Here's what we asked. Do you think Xbox Cloud Gaming will actually replace traditional consoles one day? So this was 496 votes. Let's see. Has anybody not voted? Oh, we jumped up to 512. I don't know that it changed. The community here, you guys disagreed with me. So do you think Xbox Cloud Gaming will actually replace traditional consoles one day? Yes. Is that 24%? No. Is that 54%? So yes, the tech is ready, 24%. I think this changes over time. The yes changes because I think yes is from people who have utilized it like Shine and have not had poor experiences and understand how it's been upgraded. Yes is for people, for instance, I think who have tried out GeForce Now and have been like, wow, this is legit. I think no is probably from people, two camps. Either haven't tried it or when they did try it, had a poor experience with it and was like, yeah, no, there's no way this works, for sure. So no, 54% physical hardware will always matter. Maybe, which I think is reasonable. It depends on how handhelds evolve. So combined, it's almost a 50-50. What are we at? 46% to 54% there. But yeah, 54%. I think this is just timing. I think in 3 years from now, I think you're going to see that number switched. I think in 2 years from now, you're going to see that number switched. When cloud gaming hits and hits consistently properly, it's going to become Netflix. Gaming is going to be just like Netflix. Fire up Netflix. Fire up YouTube for that matter. There are games on Netflix and YouTube. Those are streamable. Now you might say to yourself, yeah, but those aren't like AAA games there. Yeah, they're not, but those are games that dropped on consoles originally. A lot of those games dropped on consoles originally, and now they're being streamed through Netflix. Why does Netflix or Amazon Prime or YouTube, why do they have games there? It's because they want to keep you in their ecosystem longer. It is a platform move. We are in a platform world, and that's what's coming. And games, everybody knows, if I can get you in and keep you on my platform and keep you with this monthly subscription, it's game over. And that's the same with Xbox. Now, Xbox is a little bit different. Game Pass is a little bit different model. They don't have movies on there. So it's strictly gaming, and it's more AAA games and stuff. But that's why you can see Phil Spencer, this was years ago. Gosh, this was like 2019 where he said, we actually view our competition in the future as Google, Amazon, and he said someone else. Did he say Netflix? I don't think he said Netflix. It was someone else. I forget who it was. But there's a reason, because they have servers. Like their top businesses are servers. So Shine says it's why X1 wants you to stay for the after show. Keeps you on his platform. Then he can tantalize you with sexiness. This is true. If I could just get you to the point where I take off my shirt, I know you're never leaving. You will be here for forever. Let me tell you. That's how impressive my dad bod is. It's impressive, everybody. It is impressive. What do you guys think? I think most players for the next few years are still going to value traditional hardware. We're living through this disruption period, and I think until cloud replaces consoles, and here's the thing, I don't even know that cloud is replacing consoles in the immediate future, but I think it's expanding options. I think one day, I think 2030, what are we, 2025? I think 2030, you may see it. Yeah. I think you do. And I don't think this is about killing consoles. People, I see comments online and even comments here on this poll like, why do you want to kill consoles? It's not about killing consoles. It's about where is the next space of gaming going to happen? How do we remove limits from players? Having a console right now is a limitation. You've got to invest in it, then you've got to buy a TV, then you've got to have internet access. Now imagine if you remove the $400, $500, $600, $700 purchase that is a console or a PC, and you just have to have a TV. You're removing limits there. You're expanding your player base, and you're getting more people to play. Google and Amazon, says Dark Knight. Absolutely. Jimmy Mac with a super chat. Thank you very much, Jimmy Mac, for the super chat. It's about convenience, he says. $5 at the end of the day. Cloud offers no storage limits, downloads, updates, hardware requirements, etc. Yep. It's just like Xbox Play Anywhere. Xbox Play Anywhere. Let me go to full screen here. Xbox Play Anywhere, for instance, is amazing because I can play it on my Xbox and then I can play it on my handheld and I just pick up right where I left off. It's about that convenience. Eventually, it's going to be really interesting because eventually, long term, there's going to be full, like, I think eventually you don't even need a Mac. Like, I do all my work here on a MacBook. Eventually, I don't even think you need a MacBook. I think things are going to get that good. I think you're going to have a digital workspace. You'll have an option to have something locally, and maybe a lot of people will prefer to have something locally. But I think I think what's going to become big is, hey, I don't need to buy this $3,000 MacBook Pro to edit all my videos on. I'm going to get the latest, ballsiest machine for a monthly subscription. And I'll do everything. I'll have a monitor, and I'll be doing everything remote that way. That I think is exactly where we're headed because of exactly what Jimmy Mac talked about. It's about convenience at the end of the day. There's no storage limits. There's no downloads. There's no updates. There's no hardware requirements. You have it all. Instant access. Top of the top. Ballsy of the ballsest. And it's over. And it's game over. It's game over in my opinion. Oh. Guys, thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Love hanging out with you guys. We try to do this every Monday and Wednesday. Sorry, I'm just... How do I do this? What's going on? We're going to go to the members only show. There it is. We have a minute till we switch to the members only show. Oh, actually, can I cancel that? How do I cancel that? I actually didn't want 1 minute. Members only. Oh. Once it's there, I can't do it. So we've got 37 seconds, everybody. Sorry, I should have done 5 minutes. Shat, I'm getting used to this, okay? Everybody, thank you for hanging out tonight. Love hanging out with you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate the support. For everyone that's a member, come join us on the members only show. We're just going to hang out for a little bit longer, an extra 15, an extra 20 minutes here. If you're not part of a member, consider becoming a member. Get access to the members only show. Also, come join us. Join the reset.gg.com, resetgg.com. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and we will see you on the members only show. For members, I will be right back. We'll be right back.